Hi, my name is Lynn Schreiber and I'm the president of the TreeHouse Wildlife Center, and this is the new home of the TreeHouse Wildlife Center. We're located in Dow, Illinois on Green Acres Road, just 4 miles north of Elsah. We have a lot of projects planned. We have, what you see behind me is all going to be education center, environmental education. So we're going to convert different areas of this building to become classroom spaces and conference areas. So we're standing in the education center. This is where all the programming is going to take place. We have scheduled several programs already, and we'll be showing animals up here and having different clubs and groups that will be in here. This was all walls before, but we've opened it all up. We're going to have panels that are going to separate it into individual spaces when we need classroom space, but then it'll all be able to be opened up like you see it here. We have a lot of work to do. We need to put some handicap accessible bathrooms back in the corner there, and then we're going to do a great big mosaic tile floor in this area here. So all this is going to be changed, but it's going to be our environmental education center. We are standing in a studio. That's what they used it for. The owners that were here before, it was an art studio. They did ceramics in here. It's 24 by 30, so it's pretty good size, and we plan on making this our avian ward. We have a whole wall here of glass, so we're going to have cages built here that are going to face the glass so that the birds can see outside. It'll have plenty of light. We're going to put an exam room back in the corner for the birds as they come in and need care and treatment. We're going to have a food prep area right here in the middle, and some large cages for bigger birds like swans and eagles back in the corner there. There's a little porch right out the door there, and we're going to enclose the porch and build in some cages that we can take some of the birds in here and move them outside for parts of the day so that they can actually be outside, and then they would come in at night. So it looks kind of shabby now, but we have big plans for this room. It's a great space, and it's a lot more room than what we had before for our birds. So this will be a really nice area when it's finished. This is a green room that's also on the first floor. It's probably the only area on the entire first floor of this building where we might actually have a cage that would have an owl or some other kind of bird that we use in our education program. So this is the perfect space for something like that, with all the light and all the windows, and that's probably the best way that we'll utilize this space. We're standing in the west end of the building. This is going to be used also for education and also a conference area where different groups, we hope, can rent out this space and have their conferences here, their meetings. We have a kitchen back in the corner so they can have coffee or a reception or whatever. So this is going to be sort of a multi-purpose space, but primarily classroom and conference area. This room was a bedroom, and we are going to make it into a gift shop. We have quite a bit of merchandise that we sell at our booths when we go and do off-site programming, and we're going to use that same merchandise, and we also have new merchandise that we're going to sell here as well. We're standing in an oversized 3-car garage that's just empty, and this is where most of our modifications, most of our construction is going to take place. Right where I'm standing is going to be an admitting area where all the animals will come in. When people bring them in, they'll be admitted here. And then back that way is one of the garages where we're going to have an exam room where the animals will come in and they'll get their initial diagnosis and treatment and care. And then this part behind me is going to be all mammal wards. So there will be walls here. We need to do some plumbing. We need to do some extensive plumbing all throughout the floor and put in drains and plumbing for sinks. And we're going to have a food preparation area for the mammal ward here. And all this will be sectioned off into different cage areas for the animals. We're leaving the garage doors so that we can open them up, and then we'll have screen panels so that we can let the air in and let the animals have some fresh air. And on the other side of the stairway is a little room that will be our nursery, and it will connect with the exam room. So down here will be the admitting area, the nursery, the exam room, and a mammal ward. To the left of me is a 1/4 acre pond, and we'll be doing education programs around the pond quite a bit. There's our education director has scheduled quite a few different programs to take place in the pond. I'm sure we'll have some waterfowl there as well. But this entire field behind me is going to be all of our rehabilitation cages. Those are the animals that come and they've been injured or orphaned, and they're going to be released back to the wild. So they need to be separated from the rest of the operation. So this is a field that's kind of in the back corner of the property and is just perfect for the rehabilitation cages. This is another field on the east side of the property, and it's where we had the rehabilitation cages on the northwest part of the property. This is all going to be permanent resident birds. These are birds that have been injured with permanent injuries, so they become part of our permanent resident program and part of the education program. So when people come out and take tours, they'll be able to see these birds. These birds are handled regularly. They go out and do programs at schools and service organizations, and then this is where they'll live. So we're going to be putting a lot of cages. We're just going to be sort of spotting them throughout so that they blend in with the existing landscape. And a little further back, we're going to be putting all of the permanent resident mammals. It's the same thing. It's mammals that are permanently injured in some way and cannot be released back to the wild, and so they live here and become part of our education program. So all the education permanent resident animals will be up in this field here. We don't receive any funding. We are solely funded through our membership base. We have a membership base of about 540, so that's pretty good membership base, and that's what keeps us going operationally. That keeps us sustainable. We need to get funding to help with other things. We need to raise quite a bit of money to finish the modifications and the cage building. The modifications on the inside, we need about $50,000 to finish the modifications on the inside, and that's a one-time cost. Once those modifications are made and those areas are adjusted to meet the needs that we have, that'll be it. That cost will be done. The cages is an ongoing thing that, it's the same thing. Once we get the cages up, it's sort of a one-time expense. So we do have a few expenses left to pull this all together and make it happen. And it's really important to keep getting people out here and letting them see it, letting people get excited about it, and trying to generate money to make the rest of it happen.